Try that. Hey, what is up, everybody? Appreciate y'all jumping on here today. And man, I tell you guys, I'm excited about this. I've been recruiting for Secure Insurance Group for about a year now, and this is something we get asked about a lot. Do you have a true non-medical term? And in the past, I've kind of had to say, sort of, because we have terms that you may not have to do a physical and all that stuff. So when I was approached about Ethos, I was very excited once I found out what they were and how they work. And Alex and I have been on the phone for quite a while now, going back and forth, figuring this whole thing out. And we are excited to present this to you guys. So Alex, take it away, buddy. And if you guys need anything or if you have questions, the best way during the thing, if you have questions, please do it in the chat and we will answer those as we go through, or write them down. We can answer at the end. But Alex, take it away, buddy.
Thanks, Dallas. I am the strategic partnerships manager. So, focusing on, building relationships with folks like Dallas and everyone at SIG. And so the purpose of today's call is to get you guys an overview of Ethos, who we are, what our mission is, and how is it that we're going about accomplishing that mission, and why is it that we're so unique. So I'll start off by kind of giving you a little bit of a background on us, and then dive into our product suite. From there, we'll transition into the Ethos Agent Portal, which is our platform for you as an agent to grow your life business. Any questions you guys have along the way, feel free to throw them in the chat. We'll definitely have time at the end for this. But with that, give me 1 second here and we will get started. Oh, bear with me. Doesn't want to play.
Hey, while you're doing that, I'm going to make you the host so that you can share your screen.
Okay, that was part of the issue that I'm running into right
now. All right, there you go. And while he's doing that, if you guys could, please mute yourselves, make sure we're muted. A lot of background noise and stuff coming through. So if you could just make sure you're muted there. And your mute should be down there on the bottom left-hand corner.
Here we go. All right. You guys should be seeing this Ethos for personal lines agent. Yep. Terrific. All right. So Ethos Life, we are a next generation life insurance company. And what we mean by next generation is that we're taking a very modern approach to a antiquated or traditional industry. And so when we first started the company back in 2016, our mission was to protect the next 1 million families. And so you can see here some of the numbers around, how frequent it is that folks that lose a loved one that was the breadwinner, how hard it is for those families that are left behind with nothing. And so first and foremost, what we're protecting them from is the traditional, well, I should say first and foremost, what we're protecting them from is the emotional and financial burden that comes with losing a loved one. We want to make sure that they're not left empty-handed, but we're also protecting them from the traditional headaches that come with the life insurance industry. So you can see here, analog applications, in-person underwriting. We want to consolidate that entire timeline from months down to minutes, right? And protect folks from having to go into the doctor's office, getting a needle stuck in their arm, really lengthy paper applications, and even longer underwriting times. And so what we've done is, and this is what I'm referring to when I say next generation or taking a modern approach, we've built out 2 pieces of technology from the ground up. The software is proprietary to Ethos. And so those two pieces being our digital app and the underwriting engine that powers that app. And so it allows us to not only create a product that's available exclusively through Ethos, but when we initially got started as an insurance company, we were really just a distributor for our primary or our prime term carrier, LGA. But we wanted to be more than that. We wanted to control the user experience. And so we set out to become what we are now, which is we are the GA, we are the underwriting company, and we are the third-party administrator, meaning we create, issue, and service a multi-product suite of term and whole life products available exclusively through Ethos. And you can see here that 86 NPS score. That NPS score is a net promoter score. That's what that's basically clients saying that this is how happy we are with our product. 86 is actually the NPS for Netflix. Our NPS is 98. So essentially, people love our products more than they love Netflix. And the reason is because we have such a simple and easy life insurance process to where the client can apply within our average application time is about 5 to 6 minutes. We have underwriting decisions that are as quick as instantly. So we do both instant approvals, but we also, again, have that underwriting done in-house. The end result being about 2 to 3 days is your average turnaround time for an approval. And so, again, that's where the consolidating from months down to minutes comes into play. And you as an agent can take advantage of this by simply sharing a link. Here's a list of some of the A-rated carriers that we work with. You as an agent get access to Legal and General of America, or LGA, also known as Banner. Banner being our prime term offering. Our subprime term offering is going to be through Emeritus. And then you'll see here Kuna Mutual Group. They're the carrier, but the life insurance branch within Kuna Mutual is known as TrueStage. Some of you might be familiar with TrueStage. They do a lot of work with credit unions. And TrueStage is where we have simplified and guaranteed issue products. And it's really going to be like our decline option. And I'll touch on those offerings specifically here in a second. But I do want to highlight, you'll see here, Senior Life. We're going to be launching our own Senior Life product here in about 2 weeks. So now we'll have a term and final expense offering built within the Ethos app. And what I mean by that is with LGA and Emeritus, those applications are built into the Ethos proprietary app, whereas the TrueStage, it's a little bit different. They become the TPA, and so the process isn't quite the same as going through the Ethos app. And I'll touch on that here in a little bit, but you can see to the right, that we're able to really cover every type of client or all demographics, I should say. There isn't a case that we can't place. And going from just having that prime term offering to now having the additional 2 A-rated carriers to provide term and whole life, it's really allowed us to, broaden our footprint within our partnerships community so that they can increase their chances of placing a case. Here's a little bit of a breakdown of those products that I was mentioning earlier. From left to right, you have the prime term. I want to highlight up to $2 million. So the LGA term offering, we recently increased that max coverage amount from $1 million to $2 million. So you'll even notice there 75% instant. So we're transitioning over to even more and more automated underwriting with that prime term offering to increase the turnaround time for those approvals. All of these products come, again, with no med exam needed whatsoever. And then we have the SI term is going to be through Emeritus. The ER term, that's an elevated risk product, also offered through LGA. So those 3 are going to be our core term products, whereas the last 2 on the right, those are going to be the TrueStage products. And again, those are going to be available for agents looking to sell final expense or as a decline option for anybody not eligible for these core term products. Again, painting the picture of we're allowed to protect more families with more product offerings. For you as an agent, there really couldn't be an easier way to sell life insurance. You simply send out a link and it's a turnkey solution. We have over 80% of our applications across the board are approved. We have about a 98% policy retention rate. So when clients get a policy with us, they stick around. They're not looking to replace those. And then it's free to sign up. It takes about 10 seconds for you as an agent. And then we have multiple avenues of support for you to take advantage of. Within the portal, we have chat support available, where you can connect with live support agents, but you'll see here dedicated partner managers. We have a dedicated account manager for every single SIG agent that signs up with us to act as a layer of sales support for you to leverage, get any questions answered on our product suite, underwriting questions, updates on a policy, whatever the case may be, we have that available to you as an agent. And we're able to do that utilizing our Ethos agent portal or platform, where you can manage your policies, write business, get connected with support, everything done within the portal, which I'll highlight here in a second. But the idea here is for you to really help increase your book of business with minimal to no effort. Not that it's as important for you guys, but want to highlight some of the leaders of our executive team and folks that are really helping pioneer the path to protecting the next million families. We recently received over $400 million in funding in our latest Series D funding with a near $3 billion valuation. And I want to highlight, that $100 million run rate and the rapid growth that we're seeing as a company. We had our first $1 million month in June. And just this past October, we eclipsed $2 million in sales. So, there's a reason that folks or that agents are finding so much success in selling our product, and it's really the simplicity of it. And so that highlighted with some of the advantages of being within the agent portal, you'll see just how easy it is. And I'll go ahead and transfer over or transition over into the portal here. And Dallas will share with you following the call today how to go about getting signed up. It takes about 10 seconds. We'll send out an email to you guys. So anybody that's interested in signing up, let us know and we'll get ahead and send you that link to do so. But when you get signed up, this is what it'll look like for you. Again, an online back office. I want to highlight here some great pieces of information and docs for you to kind of get yourself up to speed. We have a walkthrough video. We even have an application overview for you to see what it looks like for a client to go through the application process. But I always like to highlight this what to expect when selling with Ethos guide. This is probably going to be your most useful piece of information to refer back to. It has underwriting info for you out in the field, but it also has a product selection breakdown, including the newest TrueStage product that we launched on Monday, excuse me. So that's going to be the TrueStage Advantage Whole Life. It's going to be about 8 questions total for the application. For the simplified issued through TrueStage, that's only going to be 3 health questions total. The guaranteed issue, there's no med questions whatsoever. It's really just their contact info, method of payment, social security number, and then as long as they're not on their deathbed, they'll be able to get this guaranteed issue policy. A lot of our agents use this as a final expense product. So for those of you who have that, that 65 and up age group, or you have clients that are high risk, the TrueStage products are definitely going to be a fit for you. Minimal underwriting decisions within 24 hours. How do you go about selling? There's 2 separate ways. First, you'll see here this client invite link. This is a shareable link for you. You can email this directly to the client, and it even has your own unique agent code attached to the end of it. This is how we track everything back to you in terms of your applications and policies back to you as an agent. And this will act as really like a landing for you as a.
Hey, Alex, we're still I don't think we got switched over to the portal. We're
Okay,
still
cool.
seeing the Sequoia, Excel, General Catalyst. There we go.
Yep. So just to summarize, here's the pieces of information I was referring back to. This is what the portal looks like. Excuse me for the sharing issue there. When you get signed up, definitely recommend going back through, taking a look at the portal walkthrough video, as well as the application overview. And what I was highlighting earlier was this what to expect guide. On page 9, you'll see that product breakdown that I was referring to earlier. Sorry again about that, Dallas. Transitioning over into how do you as an agent increase your sales with us, right? So we have this client invite link. Here's the agent code that I was referring back to. Every agent that signs up has their own unique code. You can simply email this link to a client if you want. And this link is also shareable across any social media platform. If you want to utilize it in email marketing campaigns, embed it onto a website, you can throw it on your signature. And this is where, as a client, I can go in and I can either just get a quote, or I can simply start the application process. I will say you can customize this landing page. If you go into the settings section here, upload your photo, or if you have a specific agency logo that you'd like to upload, maybe I don't want it to be Alex's Awesome Agency. I just want it to be Alex's Agency. And actually that'll reflect here. So the portal itself will be customizable to you, as well as that landing page. You'll see the changes up here in the top left. The most common way for agents to write business with us is going to be utilizing our quote generator. So start out by putting in the client info. We don't actually do a credit check or pull. We simply use credit score to help with accuracy when quoting. Because we're not going through the med exam process, we're looking at MIBs, health, medical, driving records, and also financial health to determine risk. So having a credit score just simply helps with accuracy when quoting. If you're not sure, just stick with average. I always like to underquote and over deliver. So for those of you not familiar with quoting life insurance, I typically go with quoting at standard, maybe preferred. Just to be safe, you can quote any of our products directly from the quote generator. We'll start with the term life product through LGA. Now this can be shared as a downloadable PDF. So it's a one-pager with a link to your portal to apply. Or you can simply share the quote with the client. Well, they'll get a co-branded email on your behalf saying, hey, we've partnered with Ethos to protect you and your loved ones. Click in the link below to protect or to get started on an app. And you can even start to customize and track these quotes and build out your own CRM within the portal. The beauty of this is that 80% of the quotes that are shared by our agents result in an application being started. With that, and the biggest reason behind that high conversion rate is that every quote that you share with the client, they get included in our automated email follow-ups. So if you send a quote to the client, we'll send an email to that same client on your behalf later that day, encouraging them to get started on an application. Hey, we partnered with Mr. and Mrs. Agent. Looks like you qualify for up to this much in coverage. Click here to get started on an app. It'll be 3 total emails over a 3-day time span, so 1 per day. When they do start the applications, this is where you can track all of your policies. So it'll break it down by stage. So you'll have your open apps, your closed apps, approved apps, activated policies. And this is where you can get and manually track, which stage these policies are at. Again, highlighting here, if you're unsure, great opportunity to utilize our chat support and connect with one of our live support agents. And if you need further sales assistance, they can also connect you with your dedicated account manager as well. Again, as everybody here is getting signed up with us, they'll have a dedicated account manager assigned to them. When you start actually selling policies and you start to generate some activity, you'll see here in the performance tab, this is where you can track your overall activity. It'll be broken down by dollar amount premium, number of apps submitted, policy activations, and you can even customize this and export that data for a specific time range if you'd like. And then lastly, in the settings section, when you sign up, be sure to go in, upload your W-9, your E&O. For anybody that's has additional states that they're not that are non-residential, just go ahead and add the license number, choose the state in the drop-down menu, click save, and you're good to go. That's essentially going to be everything. I do want to turn it over to you guys. It is very straightforward and easy, but I do want to, see if there's any additional topics I can go back over, what questions you might have for me.
All right, any questions from anyone?
I will say in the email that we'll be sending out, just so everybody here knows, when you sign up with us, you'll notice that there's a 2-week window that opens inside the portal. So you'll see a little timeline open up or a timer open up. Any applications submitted within that 2-week period, once that policy activates, as long as it was submitted within the first 14 days of signing up for the portal, you'll receive an additional $250 bonus on top of the commissions for that policy. When you sell your first policy with us, we'll reach out and get you set up with our direct deposit service, which we use is called Routable. We pay out our commissions weekly. Usually it's going to be every Thursday. And so we even have, I believe we have a document on that that we're uploading into the portal. You'll see new weekly payment process. So this kind of outlines when you sell your first policy, we'll get your bank routing info. The first deposit will take a day or two to hit, depending on your bank. And after that, it's instant. So you'll see here the schedule. Again, it'll be weekly and distributed out on every Thursday. Any bonuses you accrue, such as that welcome bonus, those are all paid out separately in one lump sum on the first week of the following month. I see a couple of questions here. Does the client have to complete the application, or can we as agents also complete it for them? So you will need the client to complete the application. So to get started, you'll get a quote built out. And when you click apply, it'll take you to the apply screen where you can fill out some general contact information, but you'll put in the client's email where they'll get a link that verifies it's them completing the app. And then they can complete everything on their end. If you want to stay with them on the phone, or if you're doing the app with them in person, totally fine. If they need assistance, we have support available for them as well. There's no paper application as a backup, no paper apps whatsoever. This is all 100% entirely digital, entirely secure.
One thing, guys, I'll say here too, I asked different folks within SIG are on different levels of compensation, stuff like that. And the reason being, some of that is determined. If you have an upline, that upline is determining what comp your level you're on. That being said, we always strive to get our downlines to give their downlines as much comp as we can. That being said, this is going to probably be more comp than you're getting for a term that you would write with us in other areas. I'll put it that it pays very, very well. And like he said, pays very, very quickly. The other thing too is with this, guys, you can just, I don't know if you guys caught this. It took me a minute to get it, so maybe someone didn't, but you can just take this link, put it to your Facebook page. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it about probably 4 or 5 times over the next 3 or 4 days. I'm going to record a video and put it with the link and just say, hey, please click on this. If you're curious as to how much life insurance would be for you and your family, click here, and it lets them peruse and do their own thing because we know some people, I've got friends and family that don't want to deal with a sales agent, right? This gives them the opportunity to peruse how they want and let them look at it. The other thing too, I'm going to offer, we can legally give $25 for every referral. I'm going to ask them if you would please share this link with your friends and family. And if somebody that you share this link with writes a policy, I'm going to send you a $25 gift card. So, I want to write, guys, if you write another 10 in the next 2 weeks, that's $2,500. So, just on top of the commissions. So that'll help. That'll pay for Christmas, right? So, some other questions there. I noticed you've put in there in the chat there, Alex.
Yep. Good to go there. I do want to say also, you can also get paid commissions for policy you write on yourself. I believe the focus here for you guys is a lot on the, there's a lot of health sales going on. Really, the easiest way for you to increase your sales is by sharing as many quotes as possible. As I mentioned earlier, 80% of quotes that are shared result in an application being started. And that's due to the fact that we handle those automated follow-ups for you as an agent. And also keep in mind, no legwork done. I think Dallas even touched on this at the very beginning of the call. No follow-up is needed for you as an agent. We handle case management in the form of automated follow-ups as well as live case management agents to assist with a client who needs help completing the app, getting that app approved and activated.
There's a question here from Miss Glenda. Are we already contracted with these companies and could sign up to use this? So we do have banner banner contracts with other uplines, but banner, I asked Alex that earlier, you can have dual contracts. So even if you are appointed with one of the other carriers with another upline, like we have First Heartland or whatever, you can still do this and the two can coexist and it'll be fine. You don't have to cancel any other contracts to get on this. Another question there. I don't have any credit source since I haven't borrowed money since 2006. That's a smart guy. But will that be a problem? Alex, do you care to address that?
If you're writing a policy on yourself, I do not believe that'll be an issue. Our underwriting engine cross-references what we call a TRL score. So it's an overall financial health score that we pull from Transamerica. So this is, or TransUnion, excuse me. And so, we'll be able to determine, your risk and everything like that, but I don't see it being an issue. I would probably just quote yourself as average to start with. And then the underwriting engine within the app will route you to the product that gets you the most coverage. I will say, going back into the question about being appointed. So when you sign up with Ethos, you don't need to worry about additional contracting. We're completely non-captive, as Dallas said. So we have multiple agents that are signed up with Banner and Emeritus and us. Key here is that our rates and our prices are our own prices. And that goes back to us being the GA, third-party administrator and underwriting company.
And one other thing too, if you are already with Ethos, we have a couple agents that were with Ethos. There is a 99.9% chance that we can raise your commission level. So please let me know when we do this. Let me know that, hey, I'm already with them, and they'll just need to get permission to move you under SIG, and we'll raise your commission level to where we are. So, guys, any other questions? And then I'll explain how to get appointed with these guys. All right. So if you want to be appointed with Ethos, simply send an email to, okay, there's another one. Is this going to the SIG quote engine? No, this will be, you will quote everything from the Ethos portal. This will not be under the, yeah. So simply go, and I'm going to double check my email right here. If you would like to be appointed, and I'm going to put this in an email to everybody as well, simply send an email to contracts with an S at secureig.com. Contracts at secureig.com. And just tell them, do this for me. Of course, put in, hey, this is so-and-so. I would like to, please send me my link for Ethos. And like Alex said, it takes about 10 seconds. We signed Brian up the other day. It takes about 10 seconds to sign up. If you are underneath someone, we're going to look up anyway, but this will just help us out. If you have an upline, for example, if you work for the Polaris agency, please put, I am a downline of Polaris. If you work for Joshua Young's or any of those, if you have an upline that is, if you're not directly with SIG, please put that in the, if you're with Anchor, that would work too. Just send us an email saying, hey, there, Alan, just send us an email saying to contracts, please send me my link, and we will need to get Anchor done as well. So please, if you're on here, I know I'm kind of going back and forth rambling. If you're on here and you have an upline and your upline is not on here, please reach out to them and explain what you're doing. And if they need to give me a call or whatever, because we need to get them appointed as well. So we need to send them a link as well. So for example, Alan, if you could talk to Phil and Chris and anybody with Polaris, I've been talking with Steve and Amy. I think they're going to do this as well. I know they are, but this will, guys, this is going to increase your sales, your live sales dramatically, and man, hit it hard, especially for the next 2 weeks. I tell you what we'll do. Let's do this. I love spending Brian's money. You guys know that. Whoever sells the most over the next 2 weeks, and we can track that, right, Alex?
Yep.
Whoever sells the most, in other words, whoever gets the most bonuses, we'll throw another 250 on top of it from SIG. So yeah, just a little chance to make a little more money. So, and Alan has already said, guys, it's in the bag, so don't even try, is what he just messaged me through Morse code or something. I don't know. But no, I appreciate you guys. Alex, anything else, buddy?
No, I think that's it. Moving forward, Dallas, feel free to share my contact email and let us know how else we can help in getting this scaled out. But I appreciate you guys' time today and definitely looking forward to getting everybody here ramped up.
Absolutely, man. All right. Well, guys, thank you very much. And let's tear this up. Let's go write some life insurance, and we will we'll get you guys some extra cash for the holidays here. So thank you guys. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet.